The function of a cell is to keep a living organism alive. There are many parts of a cell that have different functions to serve this purpose. Cells are the building blocks of life. Animal cell parts. The cell membrane decides what goes in and out of the cell. The cytoplasm has organelles that produce energy, store recycled waste, and build and transport needed proteins and materials. The nucleus is the control center of the cell, and it is used to control other parts of the cell. The nuclear membrane protects the nucleus just like the cell membrane protects the cell. The mitochondria produce the most energy in the cell, and Golgi bodies act as the mailroom. They send all needed proteins to the right parts, and the ribosomes produce protein. Plant cell parts. Cell membrane. The cell membrane decides what goes in and out of the cell. The cell wall protects and supports the cell and holds its shape. The nucleus is the control center or the brain for the cell because it controls all the parts. The nuclear membrane is like the cell membrane and it protects the nucleus, but it also lets things go in and out. Mitochondria produces the most energy in a cell, and the chloroplasts provide food and energy for the cell. Golgi bodies act as the mailroom for the cell, and they send needed proteins to the right cell parts. Vacuole stores waste, and the cytoplasm produces energy, stores recycled waste, transports and builds needed materials. Cell system is like a car. The car lock is like the cell membrane because just like the cell membrane, it protects the inside of the car from the outside, like the cell membrane protects the inside of the cell from the outside. The metal in a car is like the cell wall in a cell because the metal is the structure and it helps support the car. Like the cell wall is a structure in the cell and it helps support the cell. The driver of the car is like the nucleus because they are controlling the car and they are telling the other parts of the car what to do, just like the nucleus tells the other parts of the cell what to do. The airbags are like the nuclear membrane because they protect the driver, just like the nuclear membrane protects the nucleus. Gasoline is like cytoplasm because just like cytoplasm, it helps produce energy for the car, and it helps store recycled waste and gets rid of it through the exhaust pipes. The car battery is like the mitochondria because it produces the most energy in the car, like the mitochondria produces the most energy in the cell. The chloroplasts are like the gas tank in the car because in the car, the gas tank is where all the energy is stored, and in the cell, the chloroplasts are where all the food and energy is stored. And the radio voice command is like Golgi bodies because it helps send out different commands throughout the car, like the Golgi bodies send different materials throughout the cell. The trunk is like the vacuole because it stores waste, just like the vacuole stores waste. And the gas pump is like ribosomes because that's where all the proteins are stored.